Hello, everyone. I'm back, and welcome back to another episode of Victor Writes, Victor Reads. Today, I am going to have a rant, so I will just jump right in and let it speak for itself. The name of the article, LinkedIn, The Modern Coliseum of Virtue Signaling and Self-Praise, published in a publication called Thought Thinkers on the Medium platform. Just a little picture of a LinkedIn building. It starts innocently enough. You log on to LinkedIn, that well meaning professional network turned circus of self promotion, to check in on a colleague's new job or to wish someone a perfunctory congrats on your work anniversary. Before you know it, you're lost in a sea of posts that oscillate between blatant humble brags, corporate virtue signaling, and the occasional inexplicably emotional post about a deceased pet. You might come across a post from someone proudly announcing they've just hired a formerly homeless individual as their executive assistant. While the cynic in you raises an eyebrow at the sheer performativity of it all, another part of you, perhaps the part conditioned by endless exposure to LinkedIn's peculiar culture, can't help but give a quick like and move on. Later, you wonder, what's the point of all this self-congratulatory noise? LinkedIn used to be the tamest form of social media. LinkedIn has now become the ultimate arena for boasting disguised as altruism. It's the digital equivalent of announcing, I'm a good person, at a dinner party, but doing so in a way that makes it sound like you're just casually mentioning it in passing. Posts like, just hired my first ex-convict as a project manager, hashtag diversity, hashtag second chances, make you wonder if the actual goal is to give back or gain a few dozen likes from your professional network. There's nothing inherently wrong with wanting to share good deeds, but when the act becomes more about the post than the impact, we have to ask ourselves, who are we really doing this for? Is this charity or just a form of digital virtue signaling? Are we all complicit in perpetuating this odd form of performative professionalism? And then this section is complaining about robots while using them. If you're on LinkedIn long enough, you'll see there are battle lines hard-coded between those who think AI is the coming savior and those who think it is the destroyer of modern creativity. It's worth noting, while users bemoan the rise of AI-generated content on LinkedIn, the platform itself offers a handy rewrite with AI button for every post. You can't make this stuff up. We're on a platform that actively integrates AI tools, yet we're complaining about AI's encroachment into our professional lives. There's almost no way to know what is authentic or what is robot generated created post on LinkedIn, short of having every sentence starting with in an era when. That's my inside joke based on what I've seen as output from AI tools. There's something almost poetic about this contradiction. But beyond the irony lies a deeper question. What does it mean for originality and authenticity when the tools we are encouraged to use express ourselves as the same ones we criticize? Performative peacocking. Perhaps one of the most bemusing trends on LinkedIn is the proliferation of certificates. Not just any certificates, certificates for the most absurd, trivial, and downright laughable achievements imaginable. Congratulations on completing your course in advanced pencil sharpening techniques, reads a post. Not really. Complete with a digital badge and a slew of celebratory emojis, mostly rocket ships. When did LinkedIn become a marketplace for validating the minutiae of our lives? At what point did we decide that even the most mundane skills needed to be broadcasted, endorsed, and celebrated in the public square of professional validation? If the internet is forever, then surely there's a better use for its infinite memory than a collection of virtual certificates in time-wasting skills. LinkedIn has become a place where people cluster not out of genuine interest in each other's professional journeys, but in the hope of catching some career opportunity crumbs or gathering a few more endorsements to pad their digital resumes. It's like attending a networking event where everyone is handing out business cards, but nobody is hiring. There's a sadness to it, this desperate clamoring for relevance, a kind of digital FOMO, fear of missing out on the next big job offer, the next viral post, the next recognition from someone, anyone who might matter. It's a hunger that never seems to be satisfied, a quest for validation that leaves us feeling emptier than before. How did we get to this point? When did LinkedIn transform from a straightforward networking platform into a stage of performative professionalism? Perhaps it's a reflection of broader societal trends, the rise of social media as a tool for personal branding in a culture that values appearances almost as much as actual accomplishments. And here's where I find myself conflicted. Despite everything I've said, the irony, the absurdity, and the sadness, I still post on LinkedIn. Multiple times a day, in fact. I tell myself it's for visibility, for relevance, for engagement, but in truth, I feel conflicted the entire time. Each post is a little act of self compromise, a concession to a game I don't entirely believe in but feel compelled to play. What's the solution? Maybe it's time we take a step back from LinkedIn and similar platforms. Maybe it's time we stop performing for the likes and the shares, the algorithm driven crumbs of validation. Maybe we should focus on doing real work, building genuine relationships, and finding our own way away from the noise and the digital applause. Or maybe I'll see you on LinkedIn tomorrow. There's a new course in paperclip innovation techniques I'm dying to take. See you there. And with that, I will also say I'll see you on YouTube. And I would love it if you would subscribe to this channel, even after all my social media bashing there. I'm aware. And then leave a comment. What's the first form of social media you would stop using if you had a choice?